Happy time zone, sports fans. Welcome to 90 Infinity 5, the Sports Hub. It's Sunday. We're talking Blaseball. It's Blaseball Sunday, the new brand. Welcome to the Sports Hub, the show brought to you by Blaseball News Network, official Sunday recap show of Blaseball News Network. Thank you, BNN, for trusting us to run the show. We'll keep it mildly on the rails. So happy to have you all here. Everyone in the chat, please say, hi, Joey. That's me. Everyone is, I'm so excited to have you all here. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, the show has reels. No, we don't. We don't have reels here, but we do have fun. Hello, everyone. So happy to see those hellos. We have 4 special guests today, so I want you to please extend that courtesy to them as well. So without further ado, let's invite a classic now. Their 3rd time on the program. She is from SIBR. She made Reblaze. You know that tool that we use with Blaseball that's so important to check up all the. Oh, thank you, Hell Tiger. All basically just to keep track of all the crazy happenings because Blaseball's a fast-paced sport. Well, she made it. That's great. So please welcome back longtime guest Astrid. Hello, welcome.
Hey,
how you feeling
hydrated,
today?
folks.
Ooh, what? Wait, what was that?
Stay hydrated, folks.
What? No, can you try that again?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Monster, it hydrates.
It hydrates.
It hydrates.
Allegedly.
allegedly hydrates.
So
Maybe it's something that SIBR can look into.
No.
Now, you are the first of 3 SIBR guests. Do you mind explaining what SIBR is to the folks maybe who have not heard that acronym before?
It's the stats nerds who are also now doing lore, but
stats nerds,
we do the
stats
nerd
nerds
stuff.
who do lore. Love that.
Yes.
The Society of
More or
Internet
less.
Blaseball Research. These are the folks making all the cool apps and all the tools. So happy to have you here today.
That's a way better description.
I just rehydrated what you said. So welcome back to the program. We're out definitely on the rails. Welcome back to the program. Yeah, what rails? Next up, another folk from SIBR. First time on the program. You know them from SIBR and the internet. Please welcome Fiona Adams. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
How you feeling today, Fiona? Welcome to the Sports Hub.
I'm feeling hydrated, first and foremost.
Oh, that's great. That's rule 2 on the Sports Hub is to be hydrated. And thank you everyone for saying hi in the chat. Yes. Hi. Oh boy. So SIBR Spot, I hear you're working on a cool project, a cool community project. Maybe we'll tease that now and talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll tease that now. And yeah.
Yeah, tease it. Let's tease it. Go.
We're gonna figure out how stories were made in Blaseball.
What are you saying? Are you saying that stories, lore, and the past and history is also data that SIBR is also just a caretaker for because they're amazing organization?
Yeah, everything is worthy of archival, especially how stories are made.
Oh, I love that, and thank you for doing that because boy, there's a lot of stuff happening. My favorite thing to welcome people to, is like. You picked an interesting time to join because it's always an interesting time. So that's awesome. Well, we call that in the biz a big market tease. We'll talk about it later on during our program. But Fiona, welcome to the hub.
Thank you.
Also, we have Nick Winkler. Nick Winkler, hello. Everyone say hi, Nick. Happy to have Nick here, a flower a fella as well. If you have mute Twitch, what's happening?
I'm echoing.
No, I think it was me. That was my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, everyone. Yeah,
that's way better.
I'm just streaming's hard. But thank you for dealing with me. I'm glad the chat let me know. Chat.
Hi, Nick, and hi, 16.
16. Oh, hello, 16. Great. Anyways, Fiona, welcome. We're gonna invite another SIBR folk. Third time back on the program. They created John Mladen. An automatic sportscaster putting
Jalon Mladen.
That name, I can't.
Maybe I'm out of business as a sportscaster because he just invented it. Please welcome Juby. Hello, welcome.
Jimmy!
Is that peppermint schnapps?
I thought I was getting away with day drinking.
Wow! Stay
right,
everyone. Actually, this is just a bottle of water. I just like to put it in I like to put it in a nice bottle just because it makes everyone on the video conference really confused.
Yep, I was concerned.
I wasn't
Wait,
confused.
what?
I was worried.
This is cherry Pepsi and vanilla vodka.
Oh, love that.
This is wine.
I love that. It's like, yeah, but here's the actual alcohol that I'm actually drinking.
Yeah.
Iconic, right? You are.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Make sure you have within arm's reach many beverages.
Absolutely. I currently have at least 2. So welcome. How are you feeling today, Truby?
Good. Full. Still full from Thanksgiving, even though like I just made my own food and I just ate all of it. So
that sounds great. It sounds like a perfect meal, and I'm proud of you for doing that.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to the program, Truby. So happy to have you here. We have one more special guest. First time, not the first time on the Sports Hub. They actually casted a game with us on Tuesday for round 2 of the Coffee Cup. But they're the latest Splortcast to be hired by Blaseball News Network. Please welcome to the screen, Callahan Jones. Callahan Jones, welcome.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's great to be here.
Oh,
Hi,
so
Cal.
happy to have you here.
Hello,
Everyone
hello.
say hi, Cal.
Hello, hello.
Nice mug. Nice mug.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Where's my ball? I lost it.
That way. There we go.
Love Blaseball News Network.
It's great to be hydrated.
It's great to be hydrated. It's great to have.
It's great to have these branded mugs.
Sundays are for hydration.
What's up with all these branded mugs? I know
it's
that's what
great
I'm
to have
saying, right?
Yeah, all these branded mugs. Yeah, everyone, hold up your branded mug.
Mine's not within arm's reach.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. Ashton, we'll get hers eventually, but she has an awesome Kansas City men's hat, so that's
Yeah.
Mine has my name on it.
Of course it does. Well, hello, welcome, friends. Welcome to Blaseball Sunday, the new official name for this Sunday recap show, hosted by Blaseball News Network, or presented by Blaseball News Network, hosted by the Sports Hub. It's a work in progress, everyone. But we're here. We'll be talking about all the happenings that's happened and all the happenings to happen in Blaseball. So the big news right now is Coffee Cup. Someone want to kind of give a recap to what the Coffee Cup is and what it means for Blaseball.
I mean, there's the actual answer, and then there's the Joel keeps giving himself more work answer.
We'll take both.
So the Coffee Cup is something to keep us entertained during this long siesta as they work on the next story arc of Blaseball, let's say. But then also all our faves are safe. We don't have to worry about anything weird happening. There's going to be no weird stat changes. No one's supposed to die.
I don't know. Ball clock was kind of my favorite.
I mean, there could be a lot said about the fact that Parker McMillan IV got percolated because Parker McMillan IV was my legally mandated best friend. Reply of Parker McMillan IV was your legally mandated best friend too. No. Anyway, then there's the Coffee Cup is, I guess, a test bed for new mechanics because we got Coffee and Coffee 2 and Tired and Wired and free refills and fractional runs and ins and
crazy
Joel
stuff.
Needs to nap.
Joel needs a nap. Chibi, you're a person of math and science.
No, that's a lie. I would have failed Calc 3 in college if I was not allowed to replace all my tests with computer science projects.
Calc 3 is hard. But Chibi, can you please, because we just mentioned fractional scores, can you give us a lowdown of why we have to deal with fractional scores in the Coffee Cup?
Great question. I can't answer why. I can probably tell you what happened. How's that?
That's great.
Why does anything happen, Joey?
Are you asking me?
That's rhetorical. Please don't answer. I don't want to get into a existential crisis on air.
It all comes down to entropy, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, eventually. So in the first round, coffee weather was introduced, in which a player could get beamed by some kind of roasted coffee bean. They would become one of Wired, Tired, or Back to Normal, depending on what they are currently, and it'll change something else if they're beamed. And if you were Wired, you would, and you were involved in a scoring play, you being the metaphorical you of the baseball player, would add 0.5 runs to that scoring play. If you retired, you would subtract 0.5 runs from that scoring play. And this would account for everyone who was on base. I believe it also accounted for the pitcher, and whoever did the running, etc. So
can pitchers get tired or wired?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Has that happened?
I don't think it's happened yet.
It specifies that they will count. It explicitly says it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happened.
And we have two more rounds left. Now, Astrid, when we got to round 2, because that was round 1. Round 1 we have coffee. Then round 2 we had Coffee 2. Do you mind giving us a quick recap of what Coffee 2 is and how it messes with our brains and our calculations?
I cannot explain it. Something about outs and ins and Philly. And
We won't go down that road.
Joey, can you bring up Joel's tweet?
No. That
Yeah,
way leads to madness.
Can you get out? And
Okay,
that-
so
That's a tactical bit.
Perfect.
a free refill is basically someone will get hit with a coffee bean and they'll get a coupon. And if they hit home, if they go around the bases and get home while holding that coupon and while there is at least one out on the board, that out will get filled in and thus become an in. I'm not going to talk about terminology. Joel needs to take a nap, etc. But basically, if someone with that coupon rounds the bases, gets home, and there's an out, that out will be erased. So a half inning can go for more than 3 outs. Yeah, ins per inning, X per X.
Boy, just
Games
notice that. But you, that's why we have SIBR here to have our back. Now, Cal, we had some very interesting things happen throughout the course of the tournament so far. I would like to can I ask you, because you were in the booth casting the game. You were covering all the stuff happening. You know, who's now in the Foamy Four? Who's going to be representing Blaseball there? I will stall until you pull that up.
Oh, don't worry, Joey. I've already got it up.
Oh, thank you. So if you want to talk about who's there, and if you want to talk about even who's not there, if you don't mind.
Oh boy! All right. So in the Foamy Four, as it was incidentally titled in the last Splorts Hub broadcast.
Thank you, Kat. I believe that was Kat. I think Kat called it Foamy Four,
Kat.
and then it became canon because Joel was on air.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
First off, we've got the Society Data Witches. Woo!
I've heard of them.
Versus FWXBC. I don't know if there's a better way that I'm supposed to be pronouncing that, or
Flat
white is what I've been calling them.
Look, I'm not very good at these things. I'm new to the job.
My brain pronunciation is FW.
FW. Ooh, that one's good. Yeah, I like that.
FW works because something from last week's stream that got on me as a Seattleite was Honu kept saying University of Washington, and it's like, UW, please just say UW, please just say UW.
It makes the caster more fun and special. So Cal, so we have FW.
All right, we've got FW versus the Society Data Witches, and then
the other way I pronounce it in my head is also FWB.
Also good, also strong. Juby here was sniping.
My brain has a lot of weird sounds in it.
And we have to let them all out. It's good content. And we have Nick Winkler here, who is a hitter on FW or FWB.
FW FWB
doing some work. So happy to have
so many
you.
ways to say it. FW versus Society Data Witches. Both of these teams were seeded in the top half of the tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how they work out. Society Data Witches certainly have overcome teams that were supposed to beat them in both rounds, so it'll be interesting to see if they can once again beat a higher seeded team.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side, we have Club de Caf, and Inter Expresso. Inter Expresso, the 14th seed, the real underdogs, making it all the way to the Foamy Four.
I want to shout out Fletcher Yamamoto on Club de Caf, Friday's special bird boy, for managing to pull one off of Jessica Telephone on the last game.
Ooh, yeah. You know, going the game as a 2-star pitcher, but really rising to the occasion. And that's been the story of this tournament, of a lot of teams rising up, a lot of great sport stories coming out of these games, players playing well above their station. You have new folks like the Society Data Witches coming in. It's a rookie team, doesn't have a season of grind to go through. You don't have all that trauma callousing you up, and they come in here and make some statement wins. It was just
our trauma has been working as SIBR to catalog everything.
Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, so you have your own kind of madness. So that makes sense. But boy, what a great matchup it's going to be. Again, the Splort Sub. I'm so happy to have a bunch of flowers. Each of the teams that's not the Society, which is a feature at least one flower player. So it's really good to see representation there. We love our flowers here at Splort Sub. So
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, there are a bunch of garages on Flat White also.
Yeah, I mean, And it was amazing is you can cheer for players you don't normally cheer for. You see players pitching who normally bat or bat who normally pitching, in a role that actually makes them happy and makes them shine, because this is a exhibition tournament of the best. So it's really lived up to its name.
Yeah, and if we play our cards right, the flowers will just be in all of the
I would
teams.
hope so. Yeah. It just
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, scores based runner.
4-4.
So unfortunately,
We are all love scores based runner.
We are all love scores.
all love scores.
Scores is SIBR's best friend. We are trying to actively get her and Math Velasquez onto the Society Data Witches.
It's only fair.
It's only fair. Game Band, if you hear this, do it. If you're listening to the program and not in Game Band,
Do it anyway.
Game Band, please.
Do it, yeah. Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Anyone who's not in the game band, please add Scores Base Runner to the Society Data Witches.
Easy.
Yeah.
And all your fan fiction, please make it your own canon that they're on this team. So round two, a lot of great upsets here. Society Data Witches versus Atletico, who was the number 1 seed. Society Data Witches,
Right down to the wire too. At the end of Game 5.
Yeah, it's like you called that game. So I really want to talk about that series because there's so much juice there. So let's dig our teeth into that. So they come in Atletico Latte beating Cold Brew Crew in the first round, 3-2. They advanced to the number 1 seed. A lot of great folks. Valentin Games, Elvis Figueroa, Theodore Dunday, Scores Base Runner. A lot of really good players. Snyder Bendy, a lot of talented players. And then here comes the rookies, Society Data Witches. Going into this series, because we have 3 SIBR folks here, what did you expect? Did you expect heartbreak? Did you have an air of confidence? How did you feel?
Thank you.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think we expected Emmy to manage to squeak one by on Elvis, and then straight losses after that.
I think we expected to win 3-2.
I
was really close on all of them, I think.
Yeah, it was really close. I've been hopeful that we're gonna just go because it would be narratively interesting for us to make it all the way and have to boss fight the percolated game band players.
Ooh, what is that? Let's tease that for a second, because I want to talk about that theory of what's going to be waiting for these teams at the end. Now, Cal, you mentioned that the last game was a little bit of a nail biter, and I heard you were in the booth for that game. So do you want to kind of talk about that?
Oh, geez, yeah. I was in the booth for the end of that game, but I'm going to be honest with you. I barely remember what happened. It's just the way my brain works. I have no long-term memory whatsoever. It's in and out. Everything's gone.
It was a fast-paced game. I really want to highlight how it ended. So Society Data Witches and Atletico Latte. Society Data Witches, I believe, were up 2-1 in that series at the end of Game 3.
Correct.
So they were looking to close out that series. They dropped the next game to the Latte. I believe 10 runs.
Despite having the best pitcher.
Yeah, I think that was a surprise for us because we expected. I think what the expectation was, we expected Emmy versus Elvis was like 2 of our top pitchers against each other. So like if we took that, we felt pretty confident. We expected Nebula to lose, expected Zero to be 50-50, and then expected Jason to take it. And that didn't happen.
But Zero did.
Yeah, but then Game 4 happened. You're up in the series. Polka Dot Matrix.
Printing out all of those walks.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. You're right. Jason.
Jason was for Game 4, and then Polka Dot closed it out.
It had Data Blaze had 8 shutout innings, which was great. Except in the 3rd inning, they gave up 10 runs.
Yeah, it really fell apart.
He tried.
Unfortunately,
did his best.
That arm gets kind of tired,
I guess, but then not tired because they had another 5 innings after that where they played knockout
They were
baseball.
doing really well,
perfectly,
except for that one inning.
Yeah, well, that will lose your game.
We were all just watching it no.
Yeah, so that was hard to see. That was a rough inning.
We held on, and then Polka Dot kind of did the walks and got people on base, only to then get strikeouts or like pop flies. Like it was very much that game 5 was like all of us were severely holding our breath, and we were also extremely worried about Scores because Scores was getting very emo on Twitter.
Oh my goodness! And that was another story of that series. A Scores base runner who was, for all intents and purposes, snubbed from the Society Data Witches, and then they had this grudge. And boy, when Scores gets a grudge, watch out. But they were quiet during the series.
We wanted Scores to join the team, but they, that's up to the game band. They, they had to keep with the coffee matchups, and I get it. But Scores base runner is our best friend. Like, she might have hexed us once or twice, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah, you hex the ones you love. I've been saying that for years. Also,
but
all of your enemies.
She gave up that triple play, and she took it really hard. Went really deep into the ice cream and the pop punk.
The rainbow sherbet.
Yeah.
And I get it too, because like she was like on third base pretty much every single game.
Yeah, like she was getting real close, but then she got caught up in that double play, and she took it really personally.
And what I really appreciate about the game, we're not talking about game 5. So it's 2-2. Winner of this goes on to the Foamy Four. Loser doesn't have those bragging rights anymore. So Polka Dot Matrix, not the best pitcher, a 2.5-star pitcher on the mound. I believe they gave up at least 10 walks. They were printing out just free walks around bases
over and over and over again.
It was infuriating because like, oh no, there's so many walks. But then the defense around Polka Dot Matrix, what I think this is the real heart and soul of the Society Data Witches is that they galvanized. So many times they loaded up bases just to have some great fielding, to throw out a lot of runners at fourth base, make some timely double plays. That's what really won them the game, and made Polka Dot Matrix not look like a complete disaster.
Yeah, 12 walks. I just counted
12.
Oh, 12 walks. That's quite a few.
Yeah,
and the Data Witches offense, they really came out swinging. The first 3 batters all got on base, right? And then immediately, Tista Oat Milk grand slam. Refilled him in,
that whipped
4.5 runs right off the beginning. Oh, really set him up for success.
It was we were cheering. We were cheering. It was we're a big fan of our players. And seeing them gun on base and hit that grand slam, we were extremely emotional about it.
It was a statement because it was, I believe they were the home team for that game. So the Atletico came in, a quick uneventful inning there. Good defense by the Society Data Witches, and then Data Witches come up and was like, we're just gonna lead this game with a grand slam.
The Witches were the away team.
They were the away team. Never mind. They started the game with a grand slam.
Papa first.
Boom, just boom. A really great statement there, and that was it. And they couldn't overcome that deficit.
With the no outs also.
Yeah, no outs. It was nice.
No outs.
They didn't capitalize after that, I believe, but it was still nice to see.
Of course, the game got really exciting in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning as Data Witches stayed at 8 points ever since the bottom of the 4th? No, sorry.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 4th. And then Atletico slowly came back. They scored half a point, and then they scored 2 runs.
It was a nail biter.
It really came down
to crawling back.
It really came down to the 9th inning where bottom of the 9th, they got up to 7 points, hit a single, walked someone, I think. Zach Sanders became wired.
A lot of on bases, I believe.
Promptly hit a ground out to end the game.
Oh, it was a great sports story because you want to see the veteran team, clawing their way back, playing patient baseball, and they just came up short and decided, which is rose to the occasion on defense again.
It was bases loaded, 2 outs, several wire players, I think. So any hit to that ball would have
easily have gotten there.
Yeah,
any single hit would have made.
It was a ground out,
but nope.
Yeah.
Ground out.
Oh, it was like, what a great way to end, and really Atletico came to play. So did the Society Data Witches. Both teams deserve to go on, but Society Data Witch is just showing that extra heart. And they're in the Foamy Four against, again, the Flat White, another great team who wrecked the Milk Proxy Society. So happy to see that. So that's gonna be a great matchup. Again, both teams full of heart, full of grit, full of determination. So it'll be good to see who makes it to the last two.
I do not have high hopes.
I have high hopes. I think we'll go 3-2 because it's narratively interesting.
I hope so
looking
too.
through the stats, though, the Latte versus Data Witches was a pretty even match, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But Flat White is just kind of better in every way.
Mhm.
I mean, our vibes are in an upswing. Like, that was the thing.
Yeah, but
like,
so are theirs.
our vibes were so bad going into that series. And then they just swung up.
That's
And
what they do, yeah.
our vibes are going to
Yeah.
peak
Vibe
during
goes up.
Flat White.
So will
And-
theirs.
I think but also, like, I'm gonna have hope.
Okay, fine.
All of
Have
y'all
hope.
can be pessimistic and look at the
Okay.
numbers and
Okay.
the stats.
Okay,
I'm gonna
I am
have hope.
having hope that we will win at least the one game.
Oh, Nick Winkler with a hot take. First, Scorcher there.
Yeah.
F-Dub's gonna take it in 3-1. Wow, Nick.
I
Ugh.
will
Yeah,
take a
I
lot of
agree.
pride in proving Nick Winkler wrong.
But as long as it's not
I'm
3-0.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is worth noting that Flat White does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free refills to Data Witches too. It's a little bit of an advantage to start out the game.
I'm sure
It
it'll
should
be
be
really
fine. I'm sure it's fine.
It's
I-
fine.
I think we've got it. I think it'll go 3-2. I think it'll be a nail biter. I think it will fire up a lot of people and get a lot of people like just staring at this game. But I
Or
think
hopefully tuning in. We'll be covering games 2 and on
Yeah.
next Tuesday
Sure.
night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard.
As will Jlan.
What's that?
As will Jlan.
Yes.
Jlan Latin. It's very hard to like actually
wait
say.
until my plug's over, and then you can plug yours.
No.
it's only kind.
No.
Well, does your program have Steven on it? You know, keeper.
they share accounts because
you don't-
Steven doesn't know how to switch accounts.
It's true.
You don't even know who's your guest.
It's true. Some guy named Steven's coming in.
There are like 3 Stevens in the community. If
Yeah.
not more.
I also like 3 Joes, so
Yeah, Joel. It's there's a lot of name overlap, but we're excited to have our special guest
Joel,
broadcast.
Joey, and
Yeah, a
Papa
lot of Joe names.
Joseph. No.
But yeah, we'll be covering that live. And Shuby, did you also have something you want to plug?
I'm good.
This is the appropriate time to do it. No, you're
I'm
good. Okay,
I'm good.
all right, fine. Anyways, sorry. So we have that matchup. People calling in here. Nick Wickler says 3-1 Flat Whites. Fiona, you say Society Data, which is take it in game 5.
I will say, Cat Baron in the chat, if Thomas steals a base, that's not going to be a salt in the wound. That's going to be...
Oh, we
Mhm.
want that to happen. We
Yes, please.
actively
Mm,
want Tom Dracania to steal a base.
please do.
Like, so part of the arc with SIBR and Scores is that we banned math at the beginning of season 11. And Math Velasquez took that very personally, which is fair.
That's them.
And Scores
their name's
hexed
Matt.
us. Yeah, and Scores hexed us because Scores and Math are friends, of course. So we unbanned Math, but part of why we banned Math is because we had Modula 10 Baseball, Blaseball.
Baseball.
I'm drunk.
Are you?
It's
Modulo 10 Blaseball, and we had the threat of an actual airplane, which is Tom Dracania's item that gives him the ability to, when he steals a base, to add 0.2 runs to his team's score.
Hmm.
So we had Modula 10 Blaseball. We did not see a single score above 10. And it made things really weird and really intense. And then we had the threat of fractional runs. So on Monday, we just kind of like proactively gave up. And we're like, nope, math's banned.
The math is
Hey,
banned.
remember how many times that actually happened?
Yeah. Yeah, Tom took
many
until
times?
Wednesday to steal a base.
It was a
Once.
very long time. Yeah, once.
Yeah, and only the once. Yeah, it took until Wednesday, and it was only the once, and I'm blaming Ileana for that, because Ileana was like, Wednesdays are boring in Blaseball, and I'm like, I'm holding you to that.
No.
So amazing stuff there. So we'll hopefully learn our lessons about banning math.
We're all hoping,
Let's quickly touch up on the other matchup, Club de Caf versus Inter Expresso. Any hot takes on these two teams? Again, I'm so happy that Flowers star hitter Jacob Haynes is a batting captain for that team. Happy to see them out there. A lot of really great players. Anyone having hot takes on this matchup?
So
I'm really
Beans to make-
surprised Heavy
Sorry.
FC lost.
Why?
Because Polka Dot Patterson and Jalen Hot Dog Fingers and Hiroto Wilcox.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's like the dream team right there. How did they lose 3-1?
Yeah, they
I don't get
came
it.
to play. It was amazing. It was great to see Zebriah Wilson, another Flower, who's our very bad pitcher. Actually an okay batter in this game. Yeah, like some all stars. Yeah, Polka Dot Patterson.
Yeah,
Jalen
and
Hot
like
Fingers.
I'm looking at this too. Like Everton McBlaze quietly became like a top 15 pitcher
Mhm.
after like all the partying and blood rains and stuff like that for the past couple of seasons. So like this rotation is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, and they somehow, in Inter Expresso, who is again ranked 14th.
14th on the seeding.
They're nonsense. Don't worry.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, the
Yeah,
seedings were
the seeding-
random.
Yeah,
But
it
what
makes no
is-
sense.
What is interesting to see is Beans McBlace back, because Beans McBlace being back out of the shadows was specifically a consequence of the trial in the Hellmouth.
Which is hilarious. So
Yeah.
I love seeing those situations actually causing real consequences in our world of baseball. Nick Winkler is saying, because Jacob Haynes is just a guy, but he's our guy. Right, you are, Nick. We all love Jacob Haynes. So yeah, two really good teams going up against each other. It's going to make a very interesting final. Whoever wins. So really excited. I'm personally rooting for two good games, or two good series. Now,
Yeah,
that's
I
round
think
three.
they're both going to go 3-2.
That's
I mean,
very-
we're in the final four. It's going to be tight. It's going to be exciting, and I think both of them are going to go to Game 5.
Oh, well,
It's gonna
I
be
hope
at
so.
4 a.m.
I truly hope so. It'd be a lot of
Yeah.
exciting baseball to watch.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to cast them all and hang out with all my friends in the chat. So with those teams, we have two of your predictions. Ashford and Cal, why don't you give us who you think's going to win the Flat White Society Data Witches and how many games?
Flat white 3-1.
Ooh.
That
I think
would
we take
also
the first game, but not the rest.
Yeah, Shola Hope
Yeah.
and just tank.
Yeah, that's also my prediction as well. 3-1
Ooh.
for F Dub.
I
If we get
mean,
really lucky 3-2, but we're not winning.
luckily, like that's the thing. BNN predicted it for us in the first round, and we went against the prediction. So we got very worried when BNN was like, "Yeah, Data Witches are gonna take it," and we were all like, "Shut up."
Don't curse us.
It's okay.
Shut
They
up.
were wrong.
Sports
Baseball
curses are
news
real.
net.
Everyone knows this.
BNN underdogs always get there. It's just we don't make the rules. It's just how it happens.
Yeah. If it helps,
Right, you
BNN
are.
predicted 3-1, and we won 3-2. So
Two more things on Blaseball Cup. I really want your takes on what you think. Okay, so round 1 we had coffee. Round 2 we had coffee 2. Are we looking at coffee 3? And what
Yeah.
are your predictions
Likely.
on that? All right,
Mm.
Ashford, we'll go with you and we'll go clockwise.
I don't have a prediction. I just want to see coffee 3.
Give us if I want a good hot take here. I want you to make a prediction or what would be a fun thing to happen. A monster.
Coffee 3.
Coffee 3 is just monster.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, can we see
Anything
energy
can
drink?
happen. Anything goes.
Energy,
Yeah,
energy
energy
drink weather.
Yeah, tea.
Maybe they'll
everyone's
like
all calm.
repeat. I don't know. Could
Oh,
work.
that could be fun. Great. Fiona, do you have a prediction for Coffee 3? Or anything you'd
I
like to do?
terrified the Cyber Twitter by saying that Coffee 3 will be Modulo 3 Blaseball.
Oh boy.
No scores above 3. Once you hit 3, you get a win.
What about
I
Grand
hope
Slam?
that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen, but it would be really funny. It would be extremely funny for Modulo 3 Blaseball.
It would be frustrating because I remember.
Yes, but it would be hilarious.
Fibonacci Chicano?
Fibonacci.
Oh.
Giano.
How do you pronounce that?
I get the pun. I just can't say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
good
want to
pun,
give it a
great
coffee
pun.
point, but I can't say it. So you coffee point, a comedy point. Anyways, so yeah, hope Modulo 3. God, I hope not. Chubi, what do you think Coffee 3 is going to be?
My response to the Twitter thread was T. Which I don't know what that means. Like I'm thinking like Twitter T, where it just spills a truth in the text, and that's it.
Truth.
He will give us info about
Think about what?
It's, just stuff.
Just like generates drama and hot
Just
takes.
there's a bunch of drama, just spilling tea everywhere.
Yeah, I
Random
hear.
plannings.
Yeah, I hear that Stu Trololo doesn't tuck in his bed every night.
Like no actual effect in the game. It's just that.
Yeah,
Just more
Yeah,
trinket
Sadie-
text.
Sadie Turner, boy, they still drink apple juice. Wow, just weak hot takes like that. Cal, how about yourself?
Oh man, Coffee 3. I would love to see Coffee 3 just make people have to run extra bases. That would be great, right?
No.
Coffee 3, I don't know what the connection is, but you get beamed. Sorry, fourth base for you. Get going.
How would that work if one player has it on base,
know.
but another one on base doesn't?
I don't
Do they
know.
just
Look,
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
never figured it out.
Graphics of Blaseball could figure
do
it
they
out,
just
right?
get in before, and then only some of the players have to? What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
You're
for sure.
breaking Ash's brain.
Are they
to
just
go on
gonna
a
like
coffee
stand
run.
on third and then win?
if they're on fourth, while whoever has the
It's a
Coffee
shortcut.
3 will scores and takes it away, then they just
Yeah.
disappear.
They just don't get to score. It's the way it
It's
works,
taking a
right?
shortcut.
You
Yeah.
just don't get the score. We also another interesting thing that happened
Oh no.
was reveal of Low Ot Krates, the new the new keeper of lore allegedly for Blaseball. Any hot takes on this revelation on Twitter?
One, I'm gonna pronounce it like in Bill and Ted and just say loot crates. Two, this actually pivots good into something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, perfect.
So the Para who's also on the SIBR Council and started talking about how we should archive how the community tells stories in Blaseball.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a really good idea, and it made my brain light up, and I just kind of ran with it and started making a Google form. And 20 minutes after that, Parker 5 was like, loot crates, and we're all just like, what? Apparently, the Internet Blaseball League now has an official historian? Question mark?
Yeah, maybe that'll be something that will be revealed during round 3 or 4. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I hope this Parker lives long enough. But yeah, seeing someone who is going to be the official historian I know it put the sports journalism community a bit on high alert. And it put us a bit on high alert because it was literally 20 minutes after we decided to come up with this project. I hopped into the Crabbitat and some people were like, "Wait, are you asking these questions for Loot Critiques?" I'm like, "No, nah, dog."
Yeah, it'd be interesting because I feel like Game Ban. Because what makes Blaseball amazing is just the community behind it and the collaboration. So I imagine they wouldn't do anything to really ruin that collaborative spirit. So I imagine it'd be working with everyone there.
Based on previous things that have happened, we have faith that they're not going to step on any toes.
Yeah.
I think, everything will be fine, and the community history project and Laocrites will be able to run in parallel. My personal theory is that Laocrites is surveying the kingdom of Blaseball for the coin to gather information
sorry,
to bring
coin?
back to the coin.
Are you talking
Yes,
about
that coin.
This coin that the Splort Hub owns, that the same
Yes.
God coin that is in Blaseball that the Splort Hub bought on eBay from Ilya
Yes.
Zoblin of TrustedCoins.com?
I baited you into that, and yes.
It will always work 100% of the time. But yeah, really interesting to see what happens. So thank you for sharing that. And we also have some thoughts on what is waiting at the end of this tournament. Now, because during round one, we had the Real Game Band, a bunch of characters inspired by the folks who make Blaseball, were on a team. And then during that series, they were just whisked away and percolated away, including the commissioner of Blaseball.
Our
Presumably
legally
to their
mandated best friend, yeah.
Legally,
Well, he was,
go ahead, Chuby.
He was no longer going to be legally mandated our best friend in about an hour or two after being percolated.
But also, like, I had just joined the council. He was my legally mandated best friend for only a day.
Hey, you should cherish that day. Astrid, did you
I hold that day close to my heart.
Do you have any insight or any premonitions of what may be waiting at the end of this coffee cup?
I mean, they have a lot of code for boss battles, and they've only gotten to use it twice. So I figure if they're going to do anything, it's probably going to be that.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
Might as well. You know, you have a champion. You maybe even add another week, perhaps, or a really exciting thing to happen.
And they have a bunch of players that are now not playing for whatever reason.
Percolated, whatever that means.
There might even be enough to make an entire team out of them.
Oh.
There's a lot of shadows.
There are a lot of shadows. Cal, do you have any thoughts there?
No.
Okay.
Great. Thanks. So that is all of the coffee cup. So we're looking at Flat White Society, which is coming up. A really great matchup. That's what the Sports Hub will be covering there on Tuesday. Club de Caf, Inter Espresso will also be facing off. Winner of these two games will make it onto the final two. Do we have a name for the final two yet? The two terrible two.
Yeah.
Final
double shot.
Double shot. There we go.
Double shot.
Yeah, double shot sounds pretty good.
Final cup.
I know nothing about coffee. I only started drinking coffee after I moved to Seattle. I was kind of legally required.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's in the contract. The Doppo
two brew.
Oh,
or brew two.
The brew two. Yeah, that one's good.
Two double shots, two shots.
Shots.
An actual gun.
I like double shots, but it feels like there's like two games, like you're getting a shot from each game.
Yeah.
The brew two. I think I might go with brew two. Yeah, who's gonna make it to the brew two? Yeah. It has good mouthfeel.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see what happens there. We are about to get into the last part of the program. Any other final things that you from last week that really struck a chord with you, or things you're looking forward to? And we'll go the clockwise again. Astrid, anything that you were looking forward to?
I will note that we can still represent scores as rational numbers, and I'm excited to see that stop being true.
Oh boy!
Sorry, Gizmo.
Are scores physical objects? Are runs physical objects?
Maybe. Are they?
We have been told such, but we can never be sure.
Right? Yeah, they are, because the black hole can swallow them.
Yeah.
Oh, gender druid, right there. After gives you coffee point.
Artemis, why did you say this? It's going to become true.
Very good.
Gross, but also very true. Fiona, anything from last week that you want to talk about before we start wrapping up, or anything you're looking forward to?
I mean, our team hit some really good dingers. I am pro dingers.
Yeah, always. always
I love just shouting dingers on Twitter, and also in real life, I might have disturbed my roommates by shouting dingers very loudly.
No jokes on prophecies. And I love that. Keep shouting because that's what Blaseball's here for. Troopy, anything from last week or next round you're looking forward to?
So speaking of shouting, and keeping on shouting until something may or may not be true. Everyone who has not already idolized Major Arcana, everyone idolized Major Arcana. We want to get her to 16. On one of the Civilization streams, Joel and Elena said there may or may not be a yeet button. They did not deny it. They acknowledged that they knew about us yelling about it a lot.
So what is it? What is a yeet button? As someone who doesn't know and is confused.
So Sakimori on SIBR had actually started creating a Blaseball sim based on what we know. Yep, Elena just said no comment.
Thank you. Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
And the button normally what happens in the Blaseball sim is the simulation advances every 5 seconds or 4 seconds or something along those lines, which is a counter. And so to make testing easier, Sakimori added a button that said yeet to just yeet the ball and just advance the next play. Click, 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 yeet, 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 yeet. And so he posted it on Twitter, and then we're like, hey, Joel, where's the yeet button? And he said you hadn't unlocked it yet.
Oh my.
Joel, what a character there. He's like, can you trust what he says at face value? I don't know.
I don't know. Again, like I said, if you just keep yelling it, eventually
to unlock it.
Something will happen, right?
Only one way to find out.
And there's only one way to find out. Is to get the only thing we have to go on right now is to get Major Arcana XVI to 16.
Yeah,
on the idol.
Major Arcana is our idol. Reply if Major Arcana is your idol too.
Oh boy, everyone's going to start replying.
Yeah, they are.
Tell your friends.
Blaseball is very good at mimetic hazards.
So the Phaedos, while you're here and not giving no comments, if you're around for round 4 and want to hop in the booth, we're probably in the chat. Wow. if you want to be there.
Yeah. How many game bands can you get in the? How many game band members can you get into the booth in one day?
My goal, all of them.
Oh my!
At the same time,
the whole game band casting the same game. No Joey.
Game band. Yeah, I'll just be there, just making bits happen behind the scenes. A whole orchestra. Thank you. Anyways, Cal, anything from last week, or anything you're looking forward to this upcoming week?
I really am looking forward to seeing how the Coffee Cup turns out. I've had a lot of fun with it, watching it. It's really gotten me back into watching Blaseball, which isn't something I've been doing a lot of in the last couple seasons. Hard for a sportscaster, I know, but
yeah,
it's really reignited my love of watching Blaseball. And I am also really looking forward and seeing what happens to this new surveyor historian who's on the scene. We'll see what happens there. That's what I'm looking forward to.
And also, let's see here. I don't know how to cast. I don't know how to cast either. And I have a whole
no one knows how to cast.
You as yourself are entertaining. I've seen you stream, so the invitation's out there, folks.
Talk about Mass Effect. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not about Mass Effect. It was fine.
You can just talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, it's like wow, a really, really, really great hit there by Nagomi Nava. This reminds me of time in Mass Effect when. Okay, I can do that. Perfect. There we go.
All right, game 4. Bada bing.
Oh, hello. Oh, everyone say hello.
Oh,
hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So it's like hello. Oh boy, thank you for all those hot takes, everyone. We are starting to wrap up the program. We're going around one more time just to give a quick plug to what you're doing, where people can find all the cool stuff that you are excited about. It could be plugging any kind of games you're casting, any project you're working on. And yeah, I'll leave it open. Astrid, how about yourself?
No
plug, nothing.
You may have heard of Reblaze.
Yeah, Reblaze.
Yeah, but everyone's heard of that. It's not. Why would I plug that?
You can plug Floral Kit.
Yeah,
plug
well, it's always good to plug again because
Reblaze.
people start thinking about it and they'll consume the project. The project.
Consume the project.
Yeah, consume the project.
Consume Reblaze. Eat it.
Yeah, Major Arcana is my idol.
Great.
You should be yours too.
A great plug. See,
we need some like the fun. That's
still a great plug.
That's all.
Thank you. Thank you for again coming on the program. It's always a pleasure to have you. Fiona, how about your dang self?
So I have started, in addition to Para from the SIBR Council, gathering a community meta history. To break character just a little bit, we want to know out of character how stories are told in Blaseball. And not just the big things. Like, we just, like, beyond, hey, how did people figure out that we could resurrect Jalen Hot Dog Fingers? Or, you know, like, I want to know, like, who specifically, like, threw the 3-pointer that is the pun Snackerfice. I want to know who decided that should be the name of what the tacos did. Those chaotic people.
Why does everyone hate Tillman?
Yeah, why does everyone hate Tillman? Who decided we should rehabilitate Mike Townsend? Why did the Crabs do a bit of a heel turn? Like,
so here's a fun story, actually, real quick. So you know how during the Peanut fight, the Peanut was like my dork when York went up to bat, and like that was hit everyone because like York's our dork has been like a cheer for everyone forever. Yeah. And we were like, then I was like thinking about like who did that, and then we were talking about it in the Fridays, and they were like, you came up with it, and I was like, wait, oh yeah, I didn't come up with that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like, who came up with the chant "Park It" for the garages? Who decided that Todd Clark is a mummy? Like, who made Malik Destiny a cat boy? Great choice, but also who did it? Like, these are the stories we want to learn. Like, in addition to archiving Blaseball, like, there are things that are being... Like, yes, all canon is canon in Blaseball. That's a great thing about the interdimensional rumor mill and about this community writ large. But also, some stuff is being canonized on Blaseball.com. Like, the Monitor said, I don't want Tillman back. The Peanut said, York our dork. These are important things to figure out the origin of. And we want to gather this information. Oh, good thing I still have this tweet in a tab. I'm going to drop a link to the tweet in chat. There we go. Actually, I'm going to highlight it. There we go. Is identical the one you last sent in 30 seconds? Yeah, thank you.
Sell those points. Send those points.
So, tell us our stories and tell us the blind spots you have. Tell us what you want to know. Like, I only joined the Discords and stuff after the boss battle at the end of season 9. Like, I have been paying attention to Blaseball for a few seasons before that, but that was the point at which I was like, okay, I need to be in the social spaces. And not everyone
tell us the questions.
And not everyone is, so ask us questions. Like, there is a specific question in the form of what blind spots do you have? What have you heard about that no one... Like, people are remaining too in the bit to explain. Like, I literally joined the Solarium, and Sins dropped the link for me, and then I went to sleep, and I wake up, and it's just wall-to-wall Bone Course. And I still don't fully understand Bone Course. We're not getting into Bone Course on this stream.
Love Bone Course.
I am not talking about Bone Course on this stream.
Well, thank you so much for working on that project. Again, the links in the chat. Please.
Hi, Hono.
We're we're a community, and so we're working on this together. So thank you for working on that. Nick Winkler saying, "I know how to cast, but put me on Joe, you coward. I am a coward. I will definitely go on record admit it. I'll admit that. There was also another Blaseball News Network had a great consume assimilate plug. I'll give a comedy point for that. That's very funny. But yeah, Chubi, anything you want to plug as we wrap up this program?
Sure. So as I really interrupted Joey with earlier, I will have a robot streaming the Data Witches for most of the night. I did interrupt you because I was planning on also rating you whenever you were doing the Data Witches stuff. So like it was gonna be fine. Like anyone who went to my stream would go to yours. So long as but as soon as you call a losing game, I will turn my stream back on because. That means you probably cursed us.
That's fair. That's a very fair statement.
Which I did last week. So
It's very kind, but very fair. So thank you. That bit gets a comedy point. Congrats.
I firmly believe in sports courses. They're very important in all sports like fandoms in life. You got to believe in sports courses.
Right, you are.
And so
it makes it fun because we're putting stock into this thing that we don't have a lot of control over. But it's like, oh, I didn't wear my lucky hat, or I wore different socks today.
Yep.
It doesn't impact it, but it's fun. It's fun when you believe it does.
Yeah, it's confirmation bias, the sociological experiment. But like, hey, whatever, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Now, Cal. Go ahead.
That's it. That was it.
Great plug. Cal. Callahan Jones.
Hey, what's
Blaseball
going on,
News
everyone?
Network.
I work for the Blaseball News Network. You can check out my employer at blaseball.news. Excellent website where we have all kind of fun stuff, power rankings, feature articles, lots of opinion pieces, calling all the teams terrible. We've also got a Twitter. It's at Blaseball News. We post a lot of stuff, live tweeting about games, helping you keep up to date about news. And also in the Grand Siesta, lots of this one guy named Cal out of character rambling about Hades. We also have.
Is it worth playing, Cal? Is it worth
it's
playing?
incredible. It's absolutely.
Okay. Don't tell me anything about it. I plan on playing it next week. So
yeah, go for it. It's incredible. We also have a YouTube channel. It's called the Blaseball News Network, where we post largely these VODs of Blaseball Sunday recently, but we've also got some other stuff in the works coming soon.
Love that. Follow them on all the social media platforms, because Blaseball News Network, your source for baseball news. Always great up to dates, from real information to awful power rankings that rated the Society which is as 16th.
That is correct. That gave them the power they needed to overcome Cream and Sugar United.
There you go. It's all an inside job. But Cal, thank you so much for yourself, and thank you to Blaseball News Network for having us, for creating a whole bunch of content and actually bringing a lot of people together too. Really showing what baseball is all about. So thank you, and thank you, Blaseball News Network. Folks, thank you also for tuning in. Chat, again, amazing job. You were fire. Love having you here. You're all amazing. You make the cast worth doing. I will plug something I'm very excited about. On Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, we will be premiering the live play theatrical production of Blittle League. That's right. 4 10-year-old Blittle League baseball players from Somerville, Massachusetts, who play on the Somerville Sunflowers, will be investigating in this world of baseball, solving mysteries, maybe solving crimes, doing crimes. We don't know. My character... Crimes are always great and interesting. My character has a car, and they have a 10-year-old. It's great.
Wow.
Only 10.
You're gonna ram some stuff with it, or
probably 10-year-olds.
Nice.
What you do.
Like a car, or one of those like Shriners cars.
Like a battle car.
Like the red and yellow ones.
Oh my.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very a lot of fun. We have we have 4 improvisers playing as characters. We have another improviser who's the game master. We actually had a practice today. It works, and it's a lot of fun. So tune in. That will also become a podcast and YouTube series. So check us out. It'll be broadcast right here on the Sports Hub. Who's your favorite player, Joey? My character, who is his nickname is Lobs. His favorite player is Nick Winkler on the Boston Flowers.
Wow.
So that's canon.
Heart touching.
Suspension of disbelief, right?
It really gets me right here.
But folks, thank you again for tuning in. Folks, thank you for being here on the cast. We'll be doing this every Sunday until Blaseball News Network kicks us off. Until I messed up royally. Cal, I'll make sure I get you the video of this. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Again, Tuesday we'll be broadcasting Coffee Cup Round 3. So come hang out with us. Amazing. You all are. We love you. Commissioner's doing a great job. We'll see you next time.